Okay.
You know,
Tell me a story.
it's been a while since I've told any stories.
It's been a while.
Aside from all the stories I tell in the middle of episodes, this is just me ranting for a while.
What do you got up your sleeve, though?
Well, first off, that procrastination is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if we had filmed this when I first made this presentation, I wouldn't have this jersey, and I wouldn't have been proven right, as I often am.
Vindicated.
Next on Ugly Thursday. But you know, there's.
Welcome back, sports fans, to another episode of Ugly Thirst. Today's episode is going to be.
Might be worth looking into.
I can't talk to you guys. Golden Team Can. Gold Team.
Slow down, Phil.
Put
your hands on the
screen, cover it up. Use my bookmark to read every line. Gold Team Canada, Johnny's Jersey Stories. John and Shrems, take it away.
Oh, there it is.
So, John was right. Something I hear an awful lot. Really, all the time.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of those times. Now, in part of it, I want to directly take on. This was inspired because I watched some of those TSN bar down things. Usually when they talk to, they love to look at jerseys. They love to talk jerseys. They love to go look at jersey collections, and they've never been here, which is a problem.
Okay,
problem. Welcome anytime, guys. Especially because I'm calling you out. Because when they do these jersey things, and they did one on Team Canada's jersey history.
Yeah.
And I feel they made a mistake so egregious that I needed to explain this particular jersey.
And they didn't call you.
No, that's the real problem. Why am I not on these Zoom calls?
What a stunning, you know what?
I need to be on these because this jersey is much maligned in Canada history.
Okay.
And I feel it's completely wrong to malign this jersey. Phil, can we cue up that clip of TSN Bar Down ranking Canada's jerseys of all time in the very basic grading setup?
Now, this was during the pandemic, and we had nothing else to do.
That's true.
We are grasping at straws at this point. But for 25 minutes, I was entertained.
Well, yeah, it was entertaining. They do a good job, but it's not the content, it's their opinions.
Right.
Splish splash, your opinions are trash.
It doesn't look good. I'm going to give this a grade. You guys, this is a collaborative experience, okay? I'm just making a suggestion, and then you guys will all make arguments if we want to move it up or down.
Oh, the best D. Daddy. Yeah, D or lower. But if it's like, okay, first jersey ever, we can't say delete this.
Exactly.
That jersey is Uggo. Delete that.
Wait. I'm happy with D because you're not deleting it.
Now, I had to edit that way down. They ranted about that for a long time.
Did you jack the volume up for our viewers?
No, I mean, yeah, blowing out eardrums is my specialty.
Very good.
So
what is this? Winnipeg Falcons.
Yeah, so when we've seen a bit more recognition of this thanks to this specialty jersey.
Okay.
This is a celebration of the first ever Olympic hockey games. In 1920 in Antwerp, Belgium, the Winter Olympics were held. And I think it was the first actual proper Winter Olympics because they were just rolled in with the Summer Games. And until 1984, they were the same year as the Summer Olympics.
Okay.
They just do it summer and then winter. 80 Summer Games in Moscow, 80 Winter Games in Lake Placid. Like that's an easy one to identify. 92 in Lillehammer might have been the first separate one. I digress. The standard then was to take, because again, it's all amateur, and we're really before a lot of pro hockey. 1920, the NHL was 3 years old. The NHA had gone for 6 seasons.
You're not getting the caliber of hockey in the NHL yet.
Correct. And so it was the Olympics was all amateur, as it was until 1988. Mm-hmm. So, 92. Right. Okay, correct me, comment. And so what Canada did was they would take the number one amateur hockey team, usually the Allen Cup winner. That cup has been for everything. And they'd tell them, you're now Team Canada. Go play for Team Canada. And so they took the Winnipeg Falcons. Phil, jersey cam?
No, maybe.
That's a good look. Jersey cam, Winnipeg Falcons.
Okay.
And they stripped the logo off the front, and they gave them these gorgeous maple leaves. Let's jersey cam again. Look at the stitching in this sucker.
The texture on that is
Oh,
incredible.
it's so amazing. Look at that. And so they wore this proudly to Antwerp. If I could pull up a slide. Phil's getting his work done. This is how we win an Emmy. So those sweater, that's the team in Antwerp, Belgium. This team won their first game against Czechoslovakia, 15-0. Second game against the U.S., 2-0.
Okay.
And then they beat the Swedes 12-1.
Oh,
They let the Swedes, yeah, and I want to say it was something where like some of the
embarrassing.
Canadians were playing on the Swedish side just because it was like it's fun now. Let's have some fun. Just one of those like sportsmanship in a nutshell. Everyone knew Canada was running the table, and so they're just like, let's just have some fun with it.
Sure.
What's the next slide, Phil? Is it also this stuff? This is the actual sweater on display at the Hockey Hall of Fame. Those are my photos. And you can see how faithful a representation. Now, the yellow is a bit more gold.
Yeah, this is more of like a baby food.
But, I mean, you look side by side on the camera. It's not that
bad.
different.
No, you're right. It's not that
and
bad.
I do believe that there's a stripe on the back, and they had omitted it for this. Just look how it's very different. It's very weird in our modern eyes where we associate Canada as red and white. It's not that.
It's a wonderful piece of history, too.
Yes.
But why is yours made by Nike?
Well, so they had the international game for a long time, and
They still do.
this year, so this was World Cup of Hockey 2004. Canada and the U.S. is a throwback to 1932, the first Lake Placid Olympic Games, and the U.S.'s first gold, I do believe. So both U.S. and Canada had throwback jerseys. This actually had no nameplates on the back. That was weird. These said Canada on the back, country name on back. Which I need to get this in LMU. That's going to happen someday. This, I don't know. Give me suggestions on who should wear this one. It's just stunning. Like it's as far as a piece of history, and it's an amateur team. And now that this come out, we have more of this. So Phil, what's the next slide? We have this, which was the 1948 Olympics, and it was the RCAF Flyers that were put in this jersey, and now Winnipeg has faithfully recreated it with a change of logo.
And it's a great jersey.
It's an amazing jersey. And then it happened just thereafter. In 1952, the Edmonton Mercuries, which was just made into the Heritage Classic jersey that the Oilers wore this year.
Yep.
Like we're seeing these things reflected back.
It's about time.
It's
too.
about time that we start to see this history of taking amateur teams and putting them in the Olympics, because instead of a hodgepodge of all-stars, you have a team that plays as a team and knows how they do each other. It's not just an all-star game, which I think is why I love Olympic hockey, but it's never been the same level as the NHL for me.
No.
Because these guys have been together, they've practiced for a week, and now they play. And they're the best in the game.
I'd arguably say that World Juniors are more popular than Winter Olympics.
Because they play together longer.
Sure.
Right? They actually have some real communication on ice. They can feel where they're going to be, right? And I think the only thing is that this was a national jersey, which makes sense to keep this. I wish Winnipeg would do something based on this eventually, because it is the Winnipeg Falcons, right? I would love to see, doing Winnipeg in gold might be a bit weird, but I bet they could do something off of this design and make it a Jets look.
Very well could.
Put this Jet there, remove the Canada, put the Jet, make this in baby blue.
Yep.
Done.
In and out.
But for this jersey to be so maligned, so hated by so many people, Team Canada fans, who I think ought to be aware of that this is the first gold, the first Olympics. It's a local team that went the distance and dominated that Olympics in Belgium.
Yep.
Like, for this to be, we hate it because it looks weird, is so not okay.
And we've had this conversation multiple times today. The history of these jerseys, when you go to look at reverse retro, it's great they put it on the inside collar, but few people know what it means. We go back to that Seattle jersey. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the story behind this. And it's so important to the country's history. It's so important to the sport. and it makes me wonder, like, why nobody pressed for more information? Why did somebody not look at this and be like, I need to know what this is?
Why? Why is this gold?
Right.
Why does this exist?
100%.
No, and why Winnipeg Falcons, which I love that they included on the shoulders as it had on the original, right?
Yeah.
Why not ask these questions? That this is the critical thinking that we ought to be pushing more of, and the inquiry-based learning, and let's have a data dialogue about this. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be fine.
This is your professional development for today. Thank you all for attending.
Please
be sure
check
to fill
off your 10 minutes.
Yeah, please check off your and be sure to fill out the Google form to confirm you were here.
Okay. Bye, Phil.
He's Shrems. I'm John.
Oh, wow.
Phil.
Thanks so
okay,
much.
Phil. Someone's trying to leave the PD early. That tracks. That tracks.
Go ahead, Phil.
Go ahead, Phil.
No,
Go ahead.
That's
Fine.
That's fine.
Fine.
Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell so you get notifications when new videos get posted. And tune in for another episode of Ugly Birds.
Most self-respecting people go up to the person talking afterwards and then continue to talk to them, not just up and leave.
At least say thank you.
At least say thank you. You don't get a pen on the way
was
out. Don't take a
sensitive.
pen.
It was very sensitive.